your why. A lot of us, we've heard that before. Your why is going to make you cry, and we feel that we know what our why is, but we don't really know what our why is.
Mm.
And I'll give you an example. In 7 years of this business in particular, I've seen many different walks of life. Some people that tell you that they're going to take this thing around the world and don't take it around the block.
Mm.
And at the beginning, I would get frustrated and I would think, what am I doing wrong? Is it my system? Is it my process? Is it my mentoring? And I've come to terms, and it's taken me quite a long period of time, but I've come to terms that it's not me and it's just them. Because the way that person does everything is the way they'll do anything. And that's the truth. They're just, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. It's as simple as that, guys. So we need to really focus that it's not us, but it's like what Mark said, it's our reason why. So if, for instance, my reason why is because I want to have a better future for my kids, and then the first thing that shows up is an event and I've got to travel to Adelaide, well, I can't leave my kids.
Mm.
What do you mean you can't leave your kids? Well, they're my kids. I need to look after my kids. Leave them with your husband. I can't leave my husband. You don't understand. I can't leave my kids. Then all of a sudden, your reason why becomes your excuse why you can't. So it's not your reason why. That's as an example, as a clear example. So let me share some questions with you on helping you clarify your why. Write these down. If any answers come to your mind as we're going, then great. And if not, no problem. Go back, do yourself a favor and execute what we're learning. So important, guys. Question number 1. What do you love doing? What do you love doing? Question number 2. What gets you really excited? What excites you? With no limitation. We need to, when we're answering these questions, we need to be thinking not from the conscious mind, but from the unconscious. Can't be a structured answer. Whatever comes to your mind, just write it down. What does the world need? What does the world need? Number 4, you're going to like this one. This will help you with a lot of clarity. What do others come to you for help for? Like, why would I ring up Mark? Like, why do people reach out to you and ask you for help? In all areas of it, I'm not just specifically talking now about Herbalife, but like, why do people reach out to you? Why do your friends reach out to you? Like, is it sometimes that you can just listen to their problems because you always come up with a good solution? No? Why is it? Number 5, how can you get paid for what you love to do? How can you get paid for what you love to do? Because no purpose in having all this passion and no profit. And I was saying this to a fitness trainer that I know today. I said, many of them have a lot of passion, but not a lot of profit. If I had 10 fitness trainers in the room and I asked all of them to show me how to do a deadlift, each one would say that their way to do the deadlift is better than the other one. It's just the way, not because they're fitness trainers, but you had 10 carpenters and you spoke to 10 carpenters about what would be the best way to cut this roof. Each carpenter would have the basis pretty much the same, but everybody would have their own style.
That'd be different.
Yeah? So there's no right or wrong. But what I'm saying is that how can we change this passion that you have and turn it into a profit? So how can you get paid for doing this stuff? Number 6, what do you think about all the time? Like when you lie your head down on the pillow at night, what keeps you up at night? What do you think about? But think back to when you were a kid. What did you think about? What did you want to become? Who did you want to be? What did you want to change? Guys, these are life-changing questions. Let me tell you. Number 7. What is important to you? What is important to you? And I want to add one thing to what is important to you. Why? Just ask yourself that question. So what is important to you, and why is that important? Some of you might feel stuck in these questions, but ponder. Unconsciously, just write. When's the last time you had coffee with yourself? When's the last time you just had me time? When you just zoned out and you had your time to yourself. Not time to yourself to scroll on social media. Time to yourself to ask yourself a really powerful question and to answer that question. Many of us don't give ourselves that time because we live in a very busy society. But what I'm suggesting is if you want things to change, we have to change. If you want things to get better, we have to get better. It's not just about listening to the audio, listening to the positive stuff, listening to the YouTube clip. It's not about posting on social media. It's about how you feel about what you're saying. It's about how you move your body about what you're doing. That is what makes a difference. So when we start to look at the triad of success, physiology, focus, language, asking ourselves 7 powerful questions to discover our purpose or our why, they go hand in hand. You start to see now, they start to interlock together. And we can become powerful beyond measure. You start to show up in front of the mirror and you start to look at yourself differently. Who's this person showing up? Never thought like that before. I never walked like that before. The confidence that comes out of you, because you're not saying to yourself, well, I haven't done that before. You start to say to yourself, well, I'm starting to grow a business. I've started my side hustle. It's going to become my future business. I'm going to change my legacy. I'm going to change my family tree forever. I'm going to be remembered for generations to come. The language starts to change. You start to get excited. And then you have this vision for the future. And all you're focusing on is a vision for the future. I'm getting excited thinking about it. Because the process of your life starts at the very beginning, like I said, by making a decision. So you make that decision, you've got the tools, you work on the tools, and then you start to execute. And then by putting one foot in front of the other, one step at a time, you start to progress in the forward direction to create the new habit. And we start to divorce the old habit. We start to let that past go. It's behind us for a reason. Let's start to look forward about what the future looks like. And this is where everything can start to change for us. Who agrees with what I'm saying?